Hey, what's going on? It's Supreme Lemon, and yes, this will likely be my last MMEG video. I don't know if ever, but it's going to be the last one for a while, so I wanted to give you guys a look at what stage of the game I'm at, and yeah, I don't have enough time to play this game, DHC, and well, Dungeon Hunter Champions, they're going to have another update, and I'd like to get in on co-op. I haven't been doing that, and I play a little bit of League, sadly. But I also want to play POE Betrayal, the new update that's coming out, the next expansion. So time constraints, and I've accomplished everything I want to do in this game. Yeah, and I wanted to show you guys what that looks like. First up, I'll talk about things that you will be doing as an in-game player. Usually you'll be stocking up on these type of summons. You'll be buying them from the shop. Don't buy the 10 times fragments, only buy the 25 and higher because prices for crystals are better that way, and you'll want crystals to upgrade your stuff. So yeah, and that's for the event tab. You usually have an event in here that requires that you summon. I think that's actually one of them, this one. Yeah, obtain 80 creatures. Yeah, so that's why you stockpile. That's my PvP defense. Really just matters who's faster. In Gold 2 it got pushed out because the majority of people in there have a lot of speed. I think there's a rank above that too, so it's really just comes down to clip quality. And I haven't been pushing for that as much. I mean, I got to this just with this defense. I only play a little bit. Well, I try to spend my energy whenever I hop on, but yeah. Usually in the arena you'd hit something like this, and then you dodge problematic units. There's not really one in there. The Fire Colossus is strong, but it's not too problematic. Divas are usually a problem. Confusus is very OP. Confusus, wow. Reusable in 4 as well. And that's insane. Yeah, that's a problematic unit. So if that unit's faster than mine, yeah, you basically lose that one. You're gambling if you fight it. Alright, next up is, yeah, the shop. Don't do this, I'm just doing this for an example. But yeah, this is the one you don't buy. And you're looking for things like books. Usually you'll buy books because you need books to skill up. I don't buy purple fragments, but I will. You buy every green in here because in the end game you don't run into a lot of green disc, and you need them for skill ups. Same thing as the book. So yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, and anything for gold in here. Gold is just, it's refill only. Just pretty much, unless you're paying, it's refill only. When you're upgrading materials to like 3-star, making fodder to 4-star your stuff, usually you'll go through the campaign. You know where that is, this one? I don't know what you call it, the Shattered Islands, I guess. But there's a sticky in the Reddit for MMEG where you can look at where it's most effective to find the creatures here, but you just, like you can see I completed it. Once I've completed it, I usually don't come back unless there's something else I need to do there. I've only finished that end one, so I think I finished a couple others. Some of them are really close, but Sunken City was an easy one. It's just a good place to farm. I got 2 left in this one. But that's what you do. You pair it up with what you're looking for and the achievements, and you get your experience that way. And I guess next on that list is the skill. You want your skill for, especially when you're leveling, to be Chimera, right? Because the staff itself does a lot of damage, but in the end game, you're going to swap over to Anima because it has a pretty rare protective mark. Usually can't find on our creatures. It's like Arcane Bird and Air Kappa, that's it. And it increases the speed of your team. Giving them more turns lowers their cooldown technically because they're taking more turns compared to the AI, to whatever NPC you're fighting. What do you call that? Yeah, the computer. And refilling your slices of your turn bar is always nice. Turn bar manipulation is best. So more turns equals more damage than raw damage from the staff itself. It's when your team quality gets better. And the next thing I'll talk about is the place you'll be in, the Purple Glyph dungeon. There is a chase unit for this. You'll want him. He can solo the dungeon, and you can just put 4 fodder in here. But if you don't have anything to level, or you just feel like it, you can just do the strength dungeon. That's where you come here. This is a team that can do this no problem, only because it's able to kill off. I think, is it there? No, it's not this one. It's able to kill off the water nymph fast enough. because prevent healing, that's what gets your team killed, because you can't heal anymore, and there's a lot of damage and a lot of poison as well. So that's why people bring the air unicorn. But since I kill that monster and I kill the boss fast enough, I don't need it. I just need to purge the boss so that I can debuff it. And this guy purges every turn. He has 2 sets of purges, so remove all buffs. Yeah, this guy's definitely a chase unit. Oh, oops. He's a chase unit. He's amazing. Soloing the rat dungeon, that changes the way you play. You're done. You won't do the achievements after that unless you really want gold or resources from the achievement from completing them. But otherwise, he's going to be what you do for him alone is what's going to be your wrath team for experience. Oh yeah, another thing I want to talk about, the glyph dungeon. I would say the 2 most valuable types, like in here, there's a lot of nice glyphs for endgame. Frenzy's crit, you can get 20% total in glyphs. Destruction's great. Meditation's good for a couple of characters. A lot of people like it, but I mean, you hope to not need meditation, but some characters like the Air Crusader really want it. Yeah, I'd say the 2 most valuable ones are right here. Precision, because accuracy in the teardrop glyph is really poor. Volkin has a video about that. He does a stat comparison. It's definitely better to get precision than get anything with teardrop in the teardrop. And haste is amazing. Plus 20 speed. You have a lot of units that are going to want speed done like that, and they're both in here. So when you're farming and leveling your characters, you're going to get those precision sets, and if you get high quality, that's your end game. I guess now we'll talk about my favorite units. A lot of my favorite units. I really like the Faceless, but I can't say it's one of my favorites. The Curse Mechanic and the Parasite Mechanic. They do a lot of damage, and he's actually what I use in Eternity of Trials. Like, I used him, the Angel Mystic. This guy, if you have him, he's really good. Occasionally I would use him and this. So pretty much the combo would be the Ice Dragon stuns them all, empties their turn bar. The Air Vampire extends that, so they're stunned for 2 turns, and then the Air Crusader resets it. But you don't stun again, you just hit them with another one of these that extends it to 3 turns. And that's it. Air Crusader is one of the best units out there as a 3-star. I love him. This S3 speaks for itself, and not only that, he has a heal with Protective Mark. So yeah, he's definitely one you don't have to worry about investing into. He's fully skilled, so. Obviously the Water Treant, because the Poison Burst does a lot of damage, and it applies 2 more poison, and he has this, which is almost always up. It's 3 turns of Poison Mail and Regeneration, and increased defense. It's just triple buff. That's almost always up. The Air Golem's like a worse version of this, but he's a tank that brings damage, which is why he's able to solo things. He's in Appeasement and Haste, which is okay. He can be in like Enduring, Appeasement, or any mix, or Meditation. I actually have another one that's on Meditation. But remember, units are completely different when they're skilled. You want them skilled. What else? Another one I was going to talk about was the Fire Nymph. We're going to talk about her skills. See, turn bar increment 5, 5, and 10, that's 20, and then -1 cooldown. So this is going to be reusable in 3 turns, it lasts for 2 turns, and it refills their turn bar by 60%. That's a lot. This does a lot. It increases resistance and attack. This is a unit that you don't have to feel bad if you start building her. I didn't build mine because I didn't need to, because the Water Mauler is amazing. He doesn't even need skills because passives don't increase in quality when you raise skills. It doesn't do it. It doesn't have a... See, it's no skills. All passives are like that too. But yeah, this is amazing. At the end of their turn, it increases their dodge chance for a turn, which usually falls off if your units are too fast. You kind of hope that it's on there when the enemy attacks, but sometimes it's not. But it refills their turn by 30%, and since he's taking damage, he'll get heals. I mean, usually your team comp will run heals, so that's not a problem. And I run him on life to help out, just in case he gets a little too low. But yeah, he was my main... He's my go-to battery for turn bar in like guild raids or in the guild raid or whatnot. I'll show you guys that later too. But yeah, he's one of my favorite units. He's top quality. This unit too is amazing. The Fire Druid, she gives immunity and her heal is really good, and she increases speed. Speed It's like turn bar. It's not as good, but it scales in quality. Like if the unit you put the increased speed on has a lot of speed already, like this guy 177, then the increased speed buff's great. Like, but I mean, if the other tune's faster anyways, then it doesn't make too much of a difference if your units are too slow. Yeah, that's what else is there. There's a there's a water kitsune. I wanted to talk about that one. That one gains -3 cooldown when you max it out with skills. It's units like that completely change when they're fully skilled up. So that's something you work toward, and hopefully your main team is fully skilled up first. I guess next I'm going to talk about the issues I have. Like in PvP, I hate how prevalent speed is. Like it's the completely end all is all of the game. Like if you have your Ice Dragon at a ridiculous amount of speed, then you're gonna win most of your PvP. Unless they run immunity glyphs, even then, like you can still rail them with damage first, or you could do the same thing, you know? So yeah, I guess next is a mechanical issue. I leveled this guy up. I know if you've been looking at this, you're probably like, why did he do that one? Well, I wanted to try this, and I wanted to think about a no speed comp with counterattack, but the problem with that is that counterattack is just the basic attack, so the units that you had in there are like the fire tramp, who when it crits it does that, or the air basilisk, where these actually do work on the counterattack. But the problem with counterattack is that if you're frozen or stunned or incapacitated in any way, it doesn't work. If your units are too fast, like that's why I said no speed. If they're too fast, they'll just drop the buff and they don't need it. There's no reason to have counterattack. And you need this guy to be fast, or he's not going to get the buff off in time. If they hit first, you're not even going to have the buff on you. What's the point of a team like that? So the other comp I wanted to go with was the team up comp, and the best unit I thought for that is the Air Samurai, but I never pulled one. Yes, I never got to try that out. I ended up leveling up in Air Imp, who does something similar, but not as good. It's just, yeah, it wasn't as good. You need it to be quality. It's just something weird. It needs to be quality, but the concept was with these team comps is passives. Like same thing, the Air Basilisk. The team up will work when he crits. So it's basically another way that team up skill, especially on the Air Samurai, it would pull two of these guys in. You get the heal on it, and you get the turn bar steal attached to that skill. So their passives get attached to the team up skill, which is great in my opinion. But yeah, I never got to work toward it. So if you guys want to try, these are the kind of things you think about when you're making a team. But usually what people do is they'll take just one of the cookie cutter team buffers like the Air Degen. With this one skilled up, this is in 4 turns. So every 4 turns you get speed, crit chance, crit damage, and that's amazing. So you definitely want one of these or one of these. You can have both if you want. I would take both actually. You won't regret scaling up either of these. But she refills turn bars by I believe 30% in the end game, and then she has less cooldown but increased attack and crit damage. Just check it. No cooldown, so I have no clue what that means. First effect and second effect. I'm just gonna assume that means this thing goes up to 3 turns. Yeah, that needs to fix. I have no idea what that means. There's only one effect on there. But yeah, that's what that looks like. Those units are great. Some of my favorites are the Water Mauler, the Fire Nymph, the Air Crusader. They all have turn bar. I love the turn bar fillers. All the Kappas are great. A lot of the Nymphs are good. Imps are fun. Unicorns are, for the most part, they're crazy good. Like, that's fine. It refills turn bar, it increases speed. It's every 5 turns, it clears a harmful effect. There's nothing bad about that skill. Oh, and it's every 4 turns. And the speed is for 2 turns when you skill it up, and then the refill turn bar becomes 35. See, unicorns are great. Fire Unicorn in particular is a fun one. I don't know about that crit passive. I wouldn't focus on it. Just hope for the great damage to be high enough. It's mostly a cleanser. As far as units go also as well, I do have a 2-star unit guide if you're a new player and you're thinking about what I should be working on. I have a lot of good recommendations on there. I looked into a lot of the skills on units, and the video took a lot of time. I'm hoping that somebody looks at it. yeah, and I guess we'll get into the final bouts of this video. Our raid is finished. I already had 1,000 keys, so finishing the raid, I got nothing for it. I think I can look at. Yeah, it almost did. How much is that, anyways? Almost did 10 million damage. Yeah, let's see what happens. Please open. Oh, a dark glyph. An attack life. That doesn't look too great. Yeah, I'll be dropping this game. There's a lot of time and effort to get that, but let's run through these real quick. Let's see if I can finally get Fire Kappa, Fire Succubus, or Air Samurai. I'm just gonna actually fully skip through these because I hate waiting for the fragments to come together. That's something they need to do. This scene takes way too long. That's a dupe, I have it. The succubuses are okay. Yeah, I pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to do in this game. Maybe this should have been the only part. Actually, that's a dupe too. That unit, Volkin just made a video about it. I think I have the glyph to make it. Yeah, that's pretty much your end objective. Is you get a team, you get a unit like that one, the Air Dijin or the Nature Kitsune. You team buff and you get a bunch of meditation glyphs. Oh, let's skip. I didn't mean to do that one. The unicorns are great in my opinion too if you're new, because they don't take a lot of books and they do a lot. Oh yeah, I could run 2 of these. Turn bar fillers, you don't do great like that. People usually end up running the Water Holy Sister in conjunction with the Air Crusaders. I never pulled the Water Holy Sister either. Yeah, I finished the tourney of Tower of Trials and stuff. The events, whenever they come out, I just do them because I have the right units for it. There's not really much else to the game after that. The events are fun and all, but lots of dupe. Gets tiring. Here we go. Big lightning, big lightning. Ooh, an air tramp. It revives. Increases crit attack and grants them Phoenix Soul. Okay. Attacks them. This is an amazing unit. Sleep is good. Blind is okay. Blind is actually good, but Confuse is best. Confuse is amazing. I hate Confuse. I think it's OP. Straight up, I think Confuse is one of the more OP. It's like you're not allowed to use your skill because you risk using it on your own team if it's an offensive skill, and you risk throwing the round. The game, whatever you want to call it. It's a dude. Alright, well, I have linked my stream in another video, but my stream is Supreme Lemon. Maybe I can put a thing in there. I'll be playing League with friends occasionally, and I play Dungeon Hunter Champions once in a while, but those will be my main games from now on. MMEG was fun. I can't say I didn't have fun playing this game, but yeah, I don't have the time for it, and not much has changed since I've started playing. They've added some new units. None of them are really that good. They don't even pair with this guy. For Arcanos, I would need an entire another Arcanos to get this passive going, where it gives everybody concentration points, because when they use skills, it consumes the concentration points. Yeah, see, if I have 4, it will consume the 4. Oh, clear 4, that's what it says. Yeah, so there's not a lot of good units for that kind of thing. So maybe if they update the game or something, I'll be back. But for now, this is the rest of what I'm doing. I know it was a long video. I guess that's all I have to say about it. I hope they fix the speed problem in glyphing. That's not fun. Confuses OP. And setting skills on cooldown. That's OP. There's not much you can do about those. Like, there's no counterplay or anything you could have done better. You can just avoid those units. And that's my final word on the game. Good luck, stay safe, everybody. Hope to see you in any other game, or maybe on here once in a while. Just, yeah, let me know in the comments, I guess. Alright, good luck, stay safe, everyone.